No, it's totally a beautiful machine. I love the front part here, and you know, the whole truck overall is pretty good. Are you guys rolling? Are we rolling right now? Okay. Hey guys, what's up? It's Medic. I'm here at the RCSparks studio, and look at what I have up on the bench. Of course, you guys recognize this as the unreleased version of the Capo Ace 1. I've recently come back from a Hong Kong trip where I was able to meet up with Capo at the Asian Scale Invasion, and after working with them for many months on preparing for this release of this truck, I was able to unbox it here on this channel for you guys, of course. Always wanting to bring new ideas to the show and really kind of showcase some of what the RC hobby has to offer. A lot of folks have unanswered questions about the steering system and of course how this rig works in particular, so I thought why not throw it up on the bench and have a look at, you know, even though I had a running video of this truck, I did have some things that I thought I could improve, not really overall, but just in how I can maintain this truck. So if we got it back here up on the bench, I thought it would be easy for you guys to follow along. So let's get up close and have a look. Alright, so one of the things that people have been asking about is this cable system steering. It's like a faux hydraulic, like a static hydraulic steering system, and the link is on either side. Now if you check out the running video and the unboxing video, you'll actually see that I've placed sliders, which are actually just a simple piece of electrical tape. I am going to be doing these sliders in Delrin to help protect the cable end. People have been wondering is if, you know, underneath here where the cable comes out, is it going to get stretched or have any kind of issues? And so far I haven't had one yet. Everything is basically tight, the cable has not stretched, and it has been pretty cold out. Now granted, I haven't been out in the freezing cold yet, but I have to say that if you drive within the limitations of your truck and learn how to ride your truck properly, then really you can avoid certain dangers, right? Every vehicle is different and you always have to go out and find its limitations. Well, is this a limitation or is the steering any better than the standard setup? I've got to say, so far I've had very good luck with it. Now, this hook is for the winch. Now the winch is not part of the whole kit setup. It is an add-on, but one of the things I like about this bottom slider plate under here, protecting the hydraulic rams, basically, even though they are not hydraulic, I want to be very clear about that. They are a cable-driven system, and you know, underneath those cables are just fine. Notice that there are slots on that slider plate, which makes this a very interesting setup when you do have the hook on a winch. Let me show you. Just, oh, darn hat. Just get this set up and grab my hat. It's hot in this studio underneath all these lights. A lot of people don't know that how hot it really can be when you're doing these shows. Get this all attached here. You guys can see I've been working out a little bit, but working with trucks of this scale, you got to make sure that you actually can handle it. There we go. All right, let's show how this works. Now, a lot of people are familiar with a winch down system, but if you're not, hopefully this will give you some good ideas for your truck. It is very helpful when you're actually doing a hill climb or something like that, where you want your suspension to be as low as possible, but your rear suspension to be up quite high, so it's giving you the support while you're going up any kind of hill or any kind of terrain. So my camera assistant has the winch controller. Can you go ahead and just activate the winch? More, please. There we go. So there is a winch down suspension. Guys, have you seen that before? It does happen in full-sized vehicles, and of course we have seen it in the RC world for quite some time, but you'll see the difference in the vehicle. Let it off. Take it back down. Piece of cake. There we are, very nice. One of the very cool things about the Capo winch is it does have a free spool lever on it. I'll show you right here. Okay, camera guy, if you can actually get in on the red lever there. This lever, if you pull the lever, actually disengages the winch spool from the gear, which allows us to pull the winch line right out. So if it's not attached to the bottom, or if it's been already spooled in as far as you want and you needed it to free spool spool out to a further destination, then why use a small motor to have to unspool it? A free spool switch allows you to do this. So now that I have the line in my hand, all I have to do is basically pull on it. Let me get a good grip here. Come on. I'm glad I've been working out. So there, you can see that basically I can free spool this all the way out to a tree or to some sort of anchor, to whatever I need. But with the free spool switch, it makes it so much easier to get that line out. Another one of the challenges we had taking this vehicle out onto the rocks and having it tumble is the hood seemed to always want to come open. Camera guy, get a shot of the latch there. At the top of the hood, there is a latch and a latch system just behind the grill. But if you have any kind of topple or anything like that, you could really run the risk of having it pop open and or break off. Now, mine hadn't broken off, so I went in and put in this Velcro. Now, let me show you right here. Here and up here on the hood, everything is situated in a way that when it closes, it actually makes contact with the Velcro. Now, is this going to help? I actually think it is. I've already had some good success with it so far. You can also see in here I'm protecting the LiPo battery right at the back here for the light system and of course for that winch. Now, I don't like running a winch off of the same battery. I like to have all power at all times available, ready when I need to have it. Same with the upper lights. Like the lights over here, these pod lights, they are actually LEDs, and with them running on their own 3S LiPo or even a 2S, it's plenty bright enough out on the trail. Now you can see on the inside we're running a bunch of different electronics. I did not build my kit waterproof, but I gotta tell you, it's so beautiful. I don't want to get it all covered in mud, but at the same time it can go in water. It just can't be going over the hood or splashing up into that area. Now you may ask me, is there any point to that? But I have so many rigs, my friends. You've already seen them all. Waterproof ones, non-waterproof ones that can fly, ones that can go on the water. You know the RC hobby is vast. Excuse me. It's so hard to walk around you when you always have a camera in my face. Anyway, so everything is run on a Tekin system here. These shocks on the inside are really, really cool. If you have a look, they are dual stage. They are quite long, and you'll see I have quite a bit of preload in these shocks. The reason why I do that, of course, is because of the winch down suspension. I am able to control it. Just have a look right in here if you can see that servo and cable setup. There is a small, round pulley on the servo that allows two cables to be pulled back and forth. Basically, they're set up just like any cable system where one direction pulls left, the other direction pulls right. Now, yes, I did change the lights on the top of my Capo kit. These ones are a little bit more durable, especially when rolling over in the rocks. That's what I always seem to do out here in Canada. Anyway, you guys all know how I drive. But one of the things I also thought I'd point out is the steering itself. If you actually check it out right here, this steering wheel actually moves. Yes, all kits have the ability to have the steering wheel move in unison with your radio. Now, if you get in the vehicle, or if you have a little scale driver that can get in, like myself, hello, thank you very much, then you can actually have the steering wheel move when the tires are moving. Imagine that! I know we've all been doing it for years, but it's great to see a kit actually come out with something like that over here, right? So I'd like to show you. I'll hop in. Check it out, see if you can get a shot of the dashboard. I'll activate the lights. There we are, beautiful. All the gauges are done. Hazard lights on the back, brake light, hazards on the front. You can turn them off, turn off all lights, just the hazards, just the halos, and full brightness. What do you think of that, hey? Pretty cool, guys. Now check this out. Off camera we had the whole vehicle raised so I could show you exactly how this works. Ta-da, da-da-da-da. Now turning. What do you think? Now we've seen this in other vehicles, but I gotta say, in the Capo Ace 1, this feels super smooth. Like this. The steering is so smooth, and you'd think that hydrostatic steering would be a little bit different, even if it is a cable system, but I gotta tell you, it is working perfectly. Now, one of the other things I have not mentioned, because I hadn't done it until quite recently, is I did go in and thread lock all of the screws that were going into any kind of aluminum, because I don't want to lose them or have them back out. But I gotta tell you, having a steering wheel that moves straight out of the kit is pretty darn awesome. I'd like to go out and drive right now, but let's be realistic. It's about minus 30 Celsius outside right now, and plastics don't like that. Even in my hoodie, I don't like that. It's just not enough warmth for me. But anyway, I thought you'd think that this was pretty darn neat. Listen to how smooth that drivetrain is. Barely any resistance at all. Yeah. Woohoo! Ha 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 ha. Crawling off? Yeah. Looking forward to getting outside and enjoying this vehicle one more time. Anyway, I know people have a lot of questions, not only about the Capo Ace 1, but the 1/10 scale medic driver, who's actually about 1/6 scale in size. This was actually a one-off gift for me from Capo. They wanted to see me out driving one of their rigs and said, medic, we need to make a scale driver, so they had their team work on one, and I just gotta say, what an honor. I never thought I'd see a day like this where I actually got to be driving my very own car. So woo, there we are. Very, very cool, Capo. Thank you. I'm going to play the story of how this little fella was made. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I know it was a fun video, fun for some, empty for others, but I gotta say, what an honor to have my own scale driver. We'll be out driving soon enough, as soon as it starts to warm up, where plastics and RCs really aren't in danger because it is so cold outside. But until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you've enjoyed today's RC adventure. Now get outside and enjoy the hobby of RC. Bye.
Da da da.